Hey guys, hope you're all well. Right, on with the Enfield. So we'll just see what we get done today. I'm not going to give myself any sort of set things because we have no clue what's going to come through the door, who's going to turn up or anything like that. So we're just going to plod on, continuing with bits on the front end again. I've got the little black panel back from the powder coaters, which is there. As you've seen in the last video, we sorted this out. I have sorted a couple more things out on there. I've got this tiny thin, I say tiny, thin spacer that I've made. It's not even a spacer. All I've done it for is when I do this nut up, I don't drag all the paint off. So that's all that's for. And it's so thin it won't cause me any trouble with the wheel. Yeah, so hopefully gonna get the wheel in. I've got bolts to sort out for that front panel, take them all them markings off and give them a polish, so that's got to be sorted out. I'm going proper bolts in that front panel because that is actually also the clamp for the forks. As you can see, it goes through there, through that bottom yoke, and clamps all the forks up. Ooh. So we want a proper strong bolt in there. So yeah, first job, I'm going to take all them markings off. Let's get on with it. Right, this does take a little bit of time, but I think it's definitely worth it to polish them up a bit more presentable. So I'm just gonna, these ones, just gonna put a bit of a taper on them. Get it as good as possible like this, and then we'll put it on the polishing mop. Let's have a look at that. Oh, that's not too bad. Right, let's give it a bit of a shine. Put the soft one on. That's about there, isn't it? That's better. Bit of a soft cloth over there and that should be okay. Coming out the back. Come on. There we go. Nice. Right, get some domies on the back. I'm going to leave it all loose for now. In fact, I'll just nip it up slightly just to pull it in. But I'm going to leave everything loose until we've got front wheeling and all the rest of it. sorted. Right, that's that sorted then. Next, wheel. So I'm going to sort out all the little spacers and everything for this. I say we got that tiny, I'll call it a shim because it really is super thin. I'll say just so I don't scrape all that cream paint off as we're doing it up. That's the tapered nut for the other side. Yeah, still no call about the seat yet, so I might give them a little nudge on that because I'd like that back so we can get that on. I'm looking forward to seeing that. And then I think we can get the dummy oil tank on. We'll do all that with the seat when that comes. We'll try and get a bit, obviously finalise more on the front end in this video. I've got to shorten these bolts for this because obviously they look ridiculous like that. Not that you can see a lot of it in there because the wheel's so close, but we'll get them shortened. So yeah, it's just tying up a few little jobs today and hopefully we'll get more parts arrive. Hello, mate. Attack! Attack the camera! What are you up to, eh? What are you up to, our blue? Oh, mate. There we are. Right, just sorting wheel spacers out and things like that. Little bits that have got to go inside the wheel, stuff like that. So when I've got that done, we will get the front wheel in. Right, before we get the wheel on then, we're going to get all the bits ready and get a bit of grease in this. This has like a felt seal in there as well, which I've all cleaned all that out. So I'm just going to run some more grease around that because basically the hub spins round inside this, obviously. Make it all nice and smooth. Get plenty of grease squished into the felt. That should do us. Right, where's my... Oh my god. I'm about to say, where's my spacer? It's in my hand. Oh dear. It's gonna be one of them days, is it? Right, I'll put my spacer that was in my hand on the wheel. Oh, I'm losing it. I don't think I've ever had it. I'll make sure. So we got these pins in here. 1, 2. I'll make sure they're in the slots on here because obviously that's what drives the Speedo drive. That feels about right, nice and smooth. Just make sure, oh, a bit riggedy there. What's that doing that for? I wonder if that's the powder coating. Ooh. Might have to take a bit of the powder coating off. That's going to be a bit of a nightmare if I do. I'm saying that we can mask it all up. Why is that jamming? It's got to be the powder coating, so I can move that easy out here. It's got to be dragging on something. Right. I'm going to have to dress a bit of that back. It's not a problem. Things like this can be a normal process. Right, if I'm dressing things back, I need all that grease back out of there because all the muck's going to stick in there else. So, my guess is it's probably dragging on this coating a little bit. Feels like it's got a bit of a lip there actually. No, I'm just packing this out a little bit just to try and stop the majority of the debris going all in. I know the bearing's sealed, but eliminating any more problems. So, try that first. Obviously we want to try and do the bare minimum of taking powder off. And definitely don't slip. Okay, I'm having problems. I don't know, something's not right. So I'm just taking the drive out and double checking everything in here. Yeah, something don't feel right in here. This ain't quite going to plan, is it? I'm determined to save it. All the gearing seems nice, the drive and that. There's no chunks missing out of it that could be sort of catching up and locking it up. There was a little bit of debris that I could feel when I pulled it apart, which could have been the problem quite easily. It doesn't take a lot to foul this up and cause a problem. Quite easily something could have gone in there. No, there's nothing wrong with that. Well, it was nice and shiny. I'll give that a good blowout as well. And we'll pop it back together. Yeah, all that gear seems good as well. There's no chunks missing out of it or nothing. Well, like I say, it'd only take a tiny bit of debris in there to mess it about. You know, obviously I didn't take it apart to this extent previously, which is probably what I should have done, to be honest with you. Get that out of the way. Right, I'd say there's nothing going on with that that caused it to lock up. Like I say, when I actually pulled this apart, I could feel debris. You know what I mean? When you can feel it. That even spins lovely just with the airline. Right, I'll just put that back together and see how that rotates. That is definitely clean. Disappointed. It's, I don't know. It's got a problem that I just visually, I can't see it. I can't see what's going on. I think it could even be worn up in here. I say when I cleaned it all out, it was all spinning, but as soon as you put that on the wheel, it locks up. It's not the wheel. I've checked that. I've measured the hub and everything, and it should clear everything. It's just all that work making that look all nice and pretty was a complete waste of time. This one drops straight on and spins perfectly. No trouble at all. I'm a bit gutted about that because obviously this has got all them nice brass ends on it and everything like that, and this one's just steel. But I'm gonna have to go with it. I've got no choice. I've cut it down immensely for the video, but I've just spent ages trying my best to save it and trying to spot what's going on without wasting any more time. I think I have got to admit defeat, throw the towel in and go with this and just clean it up, brine it up a little bit and go with that. Damn, never mind. Not everything goes to plan all the time. And my little Speedo drive with the brass bits hasn't gone to plan. I think it's worn up in here, and when it centralises on the wheel, I don't know. It's certainly got a problem. There's something wrong with it, and I can't run the risk of let's see if it's all right when it could all seize up, smash to pieces. I don't know, damage the wheel, which we definitely don't want. When I've got one here that spins absolutely perfect when it's on the wheel. Never mind. I'm genuinely gutted that I've spent so long on that, making it look nice, and it's no good. So we're just gonna have to go with this, brighten it all up, make it all look, I'll just make it look nice, new and fresh, and we'll use this. I've got no brass bits. Never mind. Right, let's get that on. Here we go. Oh, I'm all disappointed. Damn. But at the end of the day, look at that, that's all nice. We can't be risking something that could end up having a major failure. Oh well. It's clean. There we are. Never mind. Right, the other side. it on. That's doing what it should. Right, now for the tapered nut on there. Where have I put that? That'll be that one then. It's got a slight taper on there. Right, let's get this wheel in then. I'm trying not to think about that Speedo. It's most upsetting. Right. I could do with another person here. Let's bring this stool up. That's a good thing about this little stool. Is that about right? Up a bit more. A bit more. Right, let's get a clamp on. Oh. Get a knot on there. Awkward. Right. That's it, it can't fall out. Right, let's get that done up. One wheel. Give it a bit of a clean. It's getting a bit dusty. I've just got to bring these brake arms round a bit. I've left them all loose. Again, with everything I'm putting on, I'm leaving sort of everything loose to the last minute to make sure everything's all in the right place and set right. Then obviously as we've done things, we'll go around tighten it all up. Well, apart from the Speedo drive fiasco, I'm very pleased with how it's looking. I'll be gutted about that for a few days till I sort of stop thinking about it. Never mind, never mind. Not everything can go smoothly and to plan all the time. It would have been nice to have the one with the brass bits on, but it's not to be. I don't know what's up with that thing. I reckon, like I say, it's something right up in the body and the top, something's worn, or I don't know. It's just, it weren't spinning freely, so it's just not worth the risk of leaving it on there. It really isn't worth the risk. I say, if that jammed up, it could have smashed parts of the hub or anything, and we just can't take that risk. So a little sacrifice on locks there for one that actually works properly. It's a bit of a pain. So like I say, when I done it, it all felt nice and free, felt right, until it went on this wheel. We have a late night visitor from the Blue Boy. What you after, mate? Eh? What you after? Hey, old boy, come to see where I am. I'm drowning my sorrows blue out of a dodgy Speedo drive. I'm staying up here in a sulk. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Getting upset over a Speedo drive not working. I don't know. Never mind. Yeah, so it's one of them, I guess. Are you going? No? You're coming back? Okay. Yeah, it's one of them. I weren't prepared to try and run the risk, because if that would have sort of detonated itself and smashed up, it could have damaged the hub and all sorts. So at least the one we have got on, we know it's absolutely tip top. It's all running free, it's smooth, so yeah, it's safe. But that will trouble me for a couple of days, that I spent all that time making it all pretty and it wasn't to be. Anyway, we're getting there anyway. It's some more done. As long as we are pushing forward each time we work on the bike, that's all that matters. I'm pleased with all this. Now, as you can see, we've got the front wheel in. It's all looking nice with all this. I'm very pleased with all that bit. And obviously the panel under the headlights all looking good. Certainly better than the standard issue ones that you get. They're like tin foil. I'm very pleased with that. Like I say, we've put proper bolts in this. I did think about sort of this sort of thing, but no, this is the bottom yoke. It's holding the forks. I wanted it to be all strong and safe, obviously. But yeah, that is looking all right. I might tie that up, actually. Stop it flopping about while I'm working on it. Or I can put some cable ties through something. We'll see. But yeah, I'm going to sort the handlebars out. I've got some levers and things, and I'd like to get the front end completely ticked off the list and completed in the next video or so. Obviously there's going to be a constant flow of bits coming in, delivered. I'm going to sort the back wheel out next and get the tyre on that and start getting the bearings sorted and all the fixings and fittings for the back wheel. And just keep progressing and pushing it forward, and eventually we'll have a bite for somebody. Anyway, that'll do. It's getting late. Blue's hanging around wondering what I'm doing, so I'm going to call it a day at that. Thank you all again for all the support. It's very, very much appreciated. Cheers for watching, guys. Take care.